What's dripping, my Call of Duty nieces and nephews? Thank you for pulling up on your Call of Duty uncle. Today, I wanted to discuss some things since the launch of Warzone Season 3 back on April 3rd, and while some players are enjoying Black Ops 6 multiplayer, zombies, and Call of Duty Warzone, there are many who's not. And that's why I feel this is the best Warzone update ever, but there are some issues. I don't hold you no longer. Let's dive in. So since Verdansk launch, players have been stating and actually complimenting Raven Software and others about how this is the best Warzone update ever. And honestly, I'm in the same boat with them because it truly feels good. And out of all honesty, I really dislike the fact of having to go back and play older maps, and trust me, I do get the whole nostalgia vibe, but at sometimes I do feel there's nothing wrong with making new maps as long as it covers the basis of what the community wants. Now, this Warzone update did deliver on a high level, which brought out a lot of players back to play the game, and also hitting high numbers like they've seen once before. Now, although a majority of players have been enjoying the OG Verdansk map with the new dynamic lighting, moving around the map with OG vehicles, getting better clarity, and really just being on Verdansk as a whole. But like I mentioned earlier, there are issues within the Season 3 update which have led other players to have a bad taste in their mouth when it comes to gaming here in the past few days or so. So start off, we're gonna talk about zombies. So after responding to my YouTube comments, because I like to engage with those who take the time to not only watch my videos, but also leave their comments as well. I did come across one comment that left me scratching my head because they wanted to be able to enjoy the game, but the issue they have ran into really kind of ruins that. So shout out to Madness-8029, and this is the comment he left. It says, since Black Ops 6 Season 3 update, I can't play zombies. Now I start working on the Easter egg and my whole system would just crash, and I lose everything and all of my gobblegum I use for that match too. Just to hear that really sucks because here's a player who's really out here grinding, trying to complete Easter eggs, and then boom, all of a sudden his whole system just crashes, and then he loses everything. If y'all can relate to this, hit that like button because we all know how it feels when we are trying to achieve something within the game just for something out of our control ruin that opportunity. Another issue that's happening for zombie players, and we'll jump on the Black Ops 6 trailer board here, and this could all be tied to one another, but it's the fact that zombie players have lost connection to the host or server when launching zombies matches. But Call of Duty Update did tweet saying the following: update, our investigation into this issue continues, and we are working to release a fix as soon as possible for those that are impacted. I mean, that's good that they keep everyone informed, but that's really a bummer for my zombie lovers. As you can see, like, all you can do right now is just wait. And as you see on the trailer board, they are still investigating, saying that in rare instances, some players may experience a stuck white screen effect after during a cutscene in Shadowvale. Like, dog, my zombie lover just going through it right now, man. Like, I really can't wait till they fix all this stuff just so y'all can have a smooth, enjoyable experience. But let's move further along here. Now, this next issue is for Black Ops 6 multiplayer in zombies and Call of Duty Warzone. The base blueprint swap feature that allowed you to change the skin of the base weapon, not for any attachments, has been delayed a bit longer. And then for Call of Duty updates, it says this: update, the base's blueprint swap feature is now scheduled to arrive later in Season 3. My guess is around Season 3 Reloaded. But on somewhat of a good note, the Camera Hub is now live for both multiplayer and zombies. So that right there is pretty good for those who care about it. Let's continue to move forward. Now for Warzone, there has been quite a bit of issues going on, and there's been a ton of feedback from the players within the Call of Duty community. One of those was players saying how great of an update Warzone was, but one of the main issues is not having enough armor plates throughout the matches, which I guess at times left players hopeless in gun battles because when they get previous kills from enemies, maybe they weren't getting enough plates because if I'm not mistaken, you only get one plate off an enemy. And if I'm wrong, please let me know in the comment section. Well, Raven Software did put out a tweet in regard to this issue, and it states, thank you all for dropping into Verdansk in our Season 3 Call of Duty Warzone update. We are thrilled to see everyone having such a great time so far. Now take that with a grain of salt. We've collected a massive amount of launch feedback and the team is already on it, including the distribution of armor plates. More info to come next week. In the meantime, keep the feedback coming. Now, although players have complained about it, we can say that the fact that they have responded and plan to fix this issue sometime soon is great. But also, I want to point out that the Ghost of Hope also put out a tweet, which I kind of agree with, and it says, 2 possible solutions for Warzone's current play issue without having major changes to the drop rate. It says, ammo caches around the map refill your plates as well as your ammo, and also make armor plate boxes the same price as munition box at the buy station. Now, like I said, I think it's a pretty dope suggestion. I feel like when you do hit ammo caches, you should be able to refill all your equipment and gear, even if it means that you only get up to 2 additional plates or something along that line. But y'all let me know how y'all thoughts is about that. Another issue that's major in my eyes and others was the fact that you were getting sniped by players not even knowing where it's coming from. Well, Call of Duty Update put out another tweet pretty much saying that they have disabled the thermal 6x scope attachment on sniper rifles while they investigate the issue. Now, players complain there's no glint whatsoever. Why is it an issue? It's an issue because you can't even prepare for engagement. You're not even aware that you are in the enemy's crosshairs who's waiting to take your head off, you feel me? Like, take that as you will. Some just feel this even made the HDR that much more overpowered due to its one-shot capability. So that's dope on their end to address that in disabling the thermal 6x scope as well. But I want to say this also, not only did the thermal 6x scope get disabled, but over the weekend, the snake shots were disabled also for the Basilic revolver, or is it called the Basilic? I don't know what it's called. I seen my Call of Duty nephew, Legend 6K, putting in work on enemies using the snake shot pistols. And after seeing this clip, I already knew this was going to be happening. Like, I bet you a watermelon that Call of Duty disabled them quickly because they did not want any BS coming from everybody and their mama in this Call of Duty community, because Verdansk would have been infested with these snake shot pistols for real. They work so fast, I didn't even get a chance to use them. But hey, it is what it is, right? A few other things that got addressed was the slide to prone behavior for those who play on the hybrid, as well as slide only. Back on April 2nd, there were investigation reports in regard to this issue, but they recently put out a tweet and it says, the slide to prone update. We have identified that this issue impacts the hybrid and slide only setting for slide dive behavior, and we have a fix scheduled for it later this season. In the meantime, players can adjust their slide dive behavior settings to resume slide to prone as usual. So it looks like we aren't getting a fix until the next major update, which is Season 3 Reloaded. But hopefully I'm wrong, because I hate being delayed when I try to go prone after sliding. But like I said, it is what it is, dog. Also in the upcoming update, the Terminator skin, the Endo Titanium core skin for the T800 operator will receive a visibility adjustment to ease target identification. And the reason for this is because many players were saying how difficult it was to see this operator. Probably worse than the Road skin or the Groot skin from a long time ago. But before I get up out of here, we did get some recent patch notes and some we already went over, but let me go ahead and discuss some of this. For the global things, it's gonna be general. It says recently disabled item, which has the snake shot ammunition and also the thermal 6x scope as well, which we already discussed that already. But for Battle Royale, the buy stations, it says we've adjusted the number of static buy stations that spawn in Battle Royale trios to match other squad sizes. So them addressing that, big W, especially for those who only play in trio, solo trio, or you run with a squad. Then also for Resurgent and Plunder, they said they recently enabled items such as the Bunker Buster. And the Bunker Buster is dope because, man, you gotta get people up out of there who trying to camp though. You feel me? So good job they enabled that one. So big W on that one. And also I want to go ahead and address the thing for the bug fixes. It says fix collision issues with various elements across Verdansk, allowing players to exploit, peek, or shoot through them. Now also it says fix the issue that prevented the squad wipe notification from appearing the kill feed. So those bug fixes have been addressed. Big W for real. But family, I want to leave you all with this before I get up out of here. Whatever issue that y'all having, like if you are one of the players who can play the game, then go enjoy it either by yourself or with your homies. Try to find the fun within all this BS that's happening. And for those who keeps getting crashes, hopefully, and I mean hopefully, Call of Duty deliver these updates for you sooner rather than later. But that's going to wrap up today's video. Leave a comment below letting me know what are your overall thoughts about the Season 3 update and are you enjoying it? And if you enjoyed today's content, just consider subscribing to the channel to stay up to date with all things related to Call of Duty content. And be sure to check out the video that YouTube suggests as well. Thank you for watching, and remember to eat good and sleep good. One love.